preserve your memory and favorite days. Come online to the newest craze, the digital scrapbook, the way you want it to look. With digital scrapbook kits, fun and full of wit, you log in today, you won't be able to quit. Come on over and you'll think it's the bomb. Nitwitcollection.com.
Hi, and thanks for joining us for our video release of our newest collection, Happy. Now, Happy, boy, simple title, right? But as you'll see as we scroll through everything here, that you'll see the whole theme of the kit, happy colors, happy elements, very inspirational. It'd be a great kit for whether it be baby shower, wedding, all the happy moments in your life, whether it's just to make somebody smile. Maybe your friend is, going through a rough time or a rough patch, and you just want to make them smile. Tell them that you care, give them a little bit of a pick-me-up in terms of your words. This is the kit for you. So in our bundled collection, for those of you again that are new to us, you do save, the price is inclusive, where you save 20% on buying it as the bundled Happy collection, where you get all 5 of these products versus purchasing them individually. So our FQB, which has papers, elements, all kinds of different things that we'll see in just one moment, our Happy 2 paper pack, our Happy Solids paper pack, our Happy Talk, which is our alpha, and also our Little Bits Happy, which is an additional elements pack. Again, you don't get any duplicates in any of these products. So all 5 products you'll see are completely different. You're not buying anything that's a duplicate. You won't be receiving multiple items of the same thing, because that's not exactly fair or fun. Unless you're buying like apples or something like that. Well, then it's kind of a nice thing rather than getting a mushroom tossed in there. But let's move on and see exactly what this kit has to offer. So our FQB is here. So our papers, as you can see, very floral, really pretty, really light, almost as like a fresh drink of water when you're on a hot day. You can see from the papers that we do like to give them to you in a couple of different colors. So that way, no matter what your theme, no matter what your color palette and take is on it, you do have the color options in here to go with it. As you'll see, there's a couple of easily patterned ones so that you have something that isn't so busy, as well as you have more intricate background papers, so that you have these predominant ones that you can use, such as this floral back. You can use those as your main focal point. But it's always nice to have those coordinating papers. Here's a gingham in the coral, a gingham in the green and the pink. Again, the plaids, they're such super papers in order to coordinate with. Here is what we call our stationary back. So wouldn't this be great? Like even just as this is created in a 12-inch by 12-inch size for those of you that do large format scrapbooking, but you can easily shrink it for card making or mini albums, whatever your craft is. But couldn't you even see this just placed in a nice photo, a sentiment you can add to this, which is what you'll see in my card making idea. When you go to our website, you'll see we do like to give you a little bit of inspiration on the FQB product description. You will see our layout and our card. So it gives you a little bit more inspiration, shows you how we use some things, and this is one that I use. So there it is again in different colors, and some easily stitching and some striped. How pretty are these? Just the fresh colors. It's like a fresh garden where you just look out and want to say, just let it all out. And here it is in a watercolor, a nice muted pattern. Very, very pretty. Into the elements, we see there's some book plates. Great items, whether you're putting a title, a date, someone's name. You have many, many uses for these, even plain. They are great little elements. As you see, you can see the metallic look to the screws and everything else, obviously color coordinated to the kit. Some borders. Here is some vertical elements. We had one of our customers who had suggested, could you give us a few more vertical items? Because of when you're doing things, whether this be on your card, this is already placed vertically for you, all done for you, or when you're using them as bands in your mini albums, things like that, in order to slide things in, it's always nice to have the vertical elements as well. So we've given you a few borders in the vertical. Bows, great coordinating elements in order to fill in those, somewhat blank corners, whatever. Now here's the bling in the brads. You got the shiny, we'll call them zirconias because we're not of that stature. But you will see that there's the prettiness that's coming through. So this kit can be a little bit more elegant if that's the way you choose to go with the florals and a little bit more of the brads, but it can also be a little more whimsical if that's what you've chosen as well. Here's the first of the floral clusters. There's always, Mary Fran does such a great job giving you floral clusters. And you'll see it in here, they're already the shadowing. I don't know if you can see my cursor here, but the shadowing is already placed in around the flower, all that kind of stuff, so that you are ready to go. You've got that element. It's beautiful looking the way it is right from when you download your kit. Here's another cluster. Again, little different take on where the flowers are arranged. It kind of is a little more in a U shape or a convex shape going upwards. A smaller cluster depends again on your creative idea. You may want something that's a little larger or a little smaller, so we like to give you the option. Some floral sticker, and then individual flowers. Maybe you weren't quite stricken on how we clustered the flowers together or how Mary Fran did, so maybe you want to try doing it yourself, or maybe you want to use one of these flowers, print it out, or use it digitally and enhance that one particular flower in the cluster. And you'll actually see that, again, if you take a look at my card making inspiration, that's one thing that I did in order to give it a little dimension to just those flowers in the cluster. Frames. Frames are a great addition because you can use these for photos if you're a scrapbooker. If you're doing mini albums, this could actually make a whole page. If you think about it, this could be your page, cut out the center and place another background paper in behind it, or you could use it as a pocket. This could be the top layer to your pocket for your page. There's all sorts of uses for this. Same thing as a card maker. These make great shadow boxes. This center is actually transparent. So if you're working digitally, when you place this over something, the in behind here is actually clear, if you want to call it that. If you are working it in physical paper and card making, you can simply just use your X-Acto knife or whatever cutting tool you use, cut out the center, and again, makes for a great shadow frame. Again, in a few different colors and styles for you. And here it is into the journal card. This is what I was talking about earlier. Make someone happy, then you'll be happy too. This is all really truly the genesis of the kit and what it's all about. Just a very fresh and happy kit. Journal labels, again, nice and blank. It allows you to write in exactly what you want. Put in the date, put in the title, put in someone's name. Maybe it's because English is not maybe your primary language. So we do deal with a lot of people in many, many, many countries across the world, and we want everybody to have the option to personalize it themselves. And journal squares. So journal squares, the idea behind this is you've got this pretty little card. Think of it almost like a thank you card or something like that you do see commonly in life, where that way you can journal right on this. It already has the cluster, it has the shadowing in it, it has the nice scalloped edges to it. This is ready, set, go for you in order to be able to quickly create, and you have good quality materials to work with. Another take on the journal square, and again another one. We would love to give you many options in these because everybody's creation is a little different. There's our famous paint chip, our annual paint, or our quintessential paint chip. And for those of you that are wondering, okay, what are you doing with that? Karine, I know one of our design team members, loves to use these paint chips. She loves the look of them, loves the saying on it, and she tucks them into her mini albums and all sorts of creations that she makes. The idea behind the paint chip originally started is just a way to keep track of which kit was what. Mary Fran started that right from kit number 1. And here we are at kit number 273, just a little over 10 years later. So we've been in business for 10 years. So hopefully you'll find a cute use for it as well. It does make for a nice little journal card, just as much as a sentiment is. It gives you a nice being happy, never goes out of style. It is something nice just to put inside. Imagine if you had a card and you used this, and that was maybe you gave somebody a bookmark. Maybe they're a person who likes to read, and this would be a perfectly suitable element for that. Ribbons. Ribbons are always great. I like them because it gives you a little bit of enhancement, but it's not obviously as large as the big paper is. So it just gives you a little splash of that in your cards or mini albums or layouts. Ribbon cluster. These are great elements, again, that have a little more detail. As you can see, there's ribbons and everything else, not just the cluster itself. We try to give you elements that are pre-made for you so that you can just quickly create. You don't have to spend the time, if you don't want to, creating these elaborate things. You can simply place them into your creation and off you go. Some scallops, obviously for the pretty end of things. And here's a sentiment: smile and be happy. These are the things that Mary Fran created in order to include, because that is the whole theme of the kit. Nice little tabs. Again, works great as just its own standalone element. You can place it horizontally, you can place it vertically, you can shrink it, you can make it larger, whatever you want. You could even take another paper, because this is a paper from the kit, print it out and build this up. How nice would that be, right? Just to give some dimension. All kinds of ideas. Let your creativity really run wild with this. Some tickets. The tickets are really popular. I know a lot of you have commented how much you like the tickets. They're such a sweet little thing in order to add texture and dimension and just something of a little pizzazz basically to your creations, and have a lovely saying on them as well. That was the silent portion here of the video, as you can tell. I didn't just fade out and nod off, and hopefully you haven't either. So we've also given you some blank tickets. If you want to write something in because you do like and have seen how nice it is, actually the idea behind it, create one yourself. Put in what exactly you want to say, what it is. Maybe it's somebody's birth date. Maybe it's for a baby that was born and you're capturing that memory of the birth date. And we also give you the word strip tags. The word strip tags are wonderful. Again, items where you can personalize it. And a wreath. Beautiful, beautiful element. How nice is this? And you'll see this in my card making inspiration, where I've used this and then put another paper in behind and everything else. Well, I won't give away the whole KFC secret here. You can have a peek at it when you go into our FQB product description. So that is our FQB product. Now into our Little Bits. So our Little Bits, once again, is a pre-made element pack. The idea behind this is they're all pre-made. You're not buying little parts and pieces. You're buying things that are already clustered, as you can see, with a great font on it, great sentiment. It's got the button and the extra scallop on it, so it allows you to create quickly. We're all fairly busy people. Maybe you really enjoy the creating, but maybe you're a little pressed for time or whatever the case may be. These are going to give you the elements that you're looking for in order to quickly create, but yet have excellent, excellent results. Like, how pretty is that? Really don't need to do anything to dress it up, but again, still gives you a little bit of creative freedom if that's what you want to do. There are so many beautiful reasons to be happy. I read it out for you so you don't have to turn your head to the side, because I know I did there. Again, another label in a circular shape, just something a little different, and some blanks as well, right? We have a perfect sentiment from Jane Austen, completely and perfectly and incandescently happy. Couldn't be more suited for this kit. Label tag, again, very pretty. It's all done for you. It's got the scalloped edge already placed on there. Everything is so well matched. The shadowing is even underneath the scallop, so it looks like it has some dimension to it. All you have to do is simply write in your sentiment or what it is that you want to write in. Round tag with the same idea. You can use it in the same sort of uses. And another sentiment. Happy. A good life is a collection of happy moments. Happy people shine brighter, so we're into our word labels. Our word labels, we hopefully have given you items that you can quickly affix to your projects that do say what you're trying to say. If not, we've given you the blanks with all kinds of different color patterns and palettes, and some are busier and some are a little more plain, again, so that you have creating ease no matter what you're using here. Here is our Happy 2 paper pack. We always like to give you lots of options. When you're creating, especially if you're doing a multiple set of cards, you're doing a multiple mini album, all kinds of different projects, you really want a lot of choice. You don't want things looking, pretty much the same or whatever the case may be. So this is, you'll see similar actual patterns. So here's the stationery back once again, but this one is in pink. You will not find the pink in anything else in the FQB or anything like that. So don't think that by purchasing this that you're going to get any duplicates. That's not the case. And our solid pack, our Happy Solids, everybody has a stash of cardstock. We all have it. And usually there's a couple of colors that are left over that you're like, oh, I'm never going to use these. We want to make sure that you have the color matched solidly matched colored papers in order to, whether you're backing something, whether you could even use these. As you can see, here's a darker color, so you can kind of see the muted weave pattern in it. You could even use it as a main element or a main background paper. Can you imagine having a main background paper like that? Let's just wait till we get to another darker one. And then placing in something like the white stationary background with the little bit of a flower cluster in the bottom. How pretty is that? You know, you have this nice punch of color, then you have the matching stationary back. You can already see it coming together, can't you? So there is our solid pack. And last but not least is our alpha. We always like to include an alpha so that way, if you want to punctuate or enunciate certain names, dates, titles, whatever it is, a phrase, you have those large scale letters and in a large format, so that way you can actually create that title that means something. Obviously, with the metal looking edge around it and everything else, these have a little bit of pizzazz and a nice muted background in the back. That's the watercolor floral paper from the FQB, so that you can, it's not too busy for you, but it's certainly going to give you that punch on your creation. And there we are. That is the entire collection that includes all 5 products of our Happy collection. Again, if you purchase it in the bundle, you get all 5 of those products together in one purchase, and you do save 20% over purchasing them individually. I hope you've liked our video. I hope it gave you some ideas and some inspiration. Please like our YouTube video if you did like the video, and feel free to leave us a comment. We always love to hear from you. Love your thoughts. Feel free to make some suggestions in there. If you like something that you really saw and you thought, oh, I'd like more of these in upcoming kits because I really liked what you did here, that always helps us along to know that we're on the right path for you. Thanks again, and hope you have a great day. Enjoy crafting with this kit.